One of the new features in Adam is the ability to import assessment results from spreadsheets that come from third-party sources. For example, IEB matric results and so on. Here we have an example of the IEB result matrix per subject sheet that is published for each school at the end of the year. The first thing that we need to do is save this file as a CSV, or a comma-separated variable file. And in order to do that, File, Save As, choose a folder, and here I'm simply going to choose the CSV format. Then I click on Save. Excel might provide me with a warning or two, and that's absolutely fine. I've now saved my CSV file, and I can continue with the import. If I go to Adam, click on the Assessment tab, and under Assessment Administration is the option to import assessment results. Here we choose our CSV file. Provide an assessment name, i.e. the examination, and I'm going to choose an assessment category of examinations, and then I can choose an assessment date. Now these results happen to be from 2014, so I'm actually going to choose a 2014 reporting period, and I'm going to choose a 2014 date. They're all percentages, so I'm going to leave them as out of 100. I then click on Next. What happens now is Adam will show us the first 15 rows of the file with the columns that it can interpret. At the bottom it asks us 4 questions about the data. It needs to know which line has the first row of data that we want to import. Now you'll notice that line number 8 has the heading numbers, has the headings on it, and so our official data will start on line number 9. So we choose row 9 as the option there. Then wants to know which column contains the names. So our names are in column 2. Column 3 contains the subjects. If you are importing a result for a single subject, then there may not be a subject column, in which case you can choose the last option there. Here, however, we have all sorts of different subjects, and so we can specify a subject column as being column 3, and then the result column is now column 4. When we click on the Next button, Adam will go through the process of trying to match the pupils in the database. Where there are questions or slight ambiguities, Adam will ask for clarification. And so here we can see these ones. For example, Atkinson, there is a brother in this case who has a middle name that is similar, and so Adam is just wanting to confirm that it in fact has chosen the right pupil. Then Adam asks us to match the subjects. And again, it's done a fairly good job of matching the subjects up. But you'll notice that there are a few here. For example, French second additional language from the IEB's sheet doesn't match the French that appears in the Adam database, and so it's chosen to match with an additional language as opposed to simply French. The IEB sheet contains rows for average, distinctions, and a final result. Because those aren't subjects, we can ignore those entries completely. I then click on the Next button, and Adam will now begin to import the results. This can take up to 15 minutes. If there are issues, for example here there are a few that have come up already, in this case the IEB results show that there was a mathematical literacy result for a particular pupil, but Adam didn't have a class assigned to that pupil for mathematical literacy. So it has taken the opportunity to create and register that pupil in a specific class. The class will be called Mathematical Literacy and will have the description created by import, so it's easy to go and find those classes later should you need to. Once the import is finished, the progress notification at the top of the window will disappear,